Hello, everybody. FAI here, or I here, and welcome back to another accureye talk sale. And in today's accureye talk sale, I thought we'd do a quick talk about things that you gotta know about randoms. Because let's face it, at the end of the day, randoms are really always just terrible. Because most of the time, they don't have game sense. They don't have good decision making. They may not even have the greatest understanding of the mechanics of the game. These are three things that most commonly are seen, especially from me. Is like I'm never going to say that my game sense is great. In fact, I have another video coming up soon, talking all about game sense and my thoughts about game sense, how to build it, all this other stuff. But these are the three common things most players don't want to do because, let's face it, randoms are terrible. First and foremost, I'm going to say if you're playing with randoms, always expect them to be terrible to some degree because, again, unless you can tell that they have a great game sense, a good decision making, and, let's face it, good understanding of the game mechanics and stuff, then, of course, the game might be better. But for the most part, let's face it, unless you're playing with your friends, don't expect to do something like the 20 bomb. Don't expect to do something like 2k damage on any character just because you think you can do it. Yeah, you probably can do it, but remember, it's all about, do you have great game sense? Do you have great understanding of the map? Do you have great understanding of the, weapons that you're using? Do you have a great understanding of the tactics that might or could occur? That's the only way you're going to be able to get the 2k damage badge or even the 20 bomb. And, speaking of the 20 bomb, another thing you have to remember is with the 20 bomb, you gotta remember that at the end of the day, you're going to have to be, on every single third party if you don't land in the hot zone. And even if you do land in the hot zone to try and start that 20 bomb, then you've got to also realize that at the end of the day, you better be as lucky as you can when it comes to, knocking down everybody. Because, again, not everyone's going to get knocked down easily. Not everybody's going to be, one of those characters that you can just, knock down. Because, again, everyone can get lucky. There are times where players will get lucky, especially if you're not, you using a weapon that For instance, if you don't know how to use the longbow, for instance, then, you better realize that at the end of the day, someone may get the better advantage over you. If you don't know, utilizing the, the overall, game, then, the game mechanics, then, And this is a perfect example here of people who are just, not using game mechanics or game sense very well. Because here, it's like I said, a perfect example of people who aren't using game sense. Right there, you saw them go down. They went down immediately. And that wasn't because of the fact that they were, they were utilizing their game sense rating or maybe making good choices. That was because of the fact that they just rushed into the fight. Again, my teammates there, you could see they just rushed into the fight. And with someone like, Crypto, it's easy to have it be, have a better understanding of the battlefield and the playing field. But, of course, you gotta realize that at the end of the day, if you're not utilizing the playing field, you're not utilizing the battlefield or whatever, then, you gotta make the best use of it. Now, here it's you see me get a good knockoff on this person, and, that's great. But, of course, I was using my mechanics and my sense there to kind of understand where they were going, what they were doing. And then, going into this side here, I'm trying to take this guy out, but unfortunately, I'm just getting cornered and ambushed. And that wasn't due to bad game sense. That was just due to them ambushing me like they had dickheads on it. But, that's partly what you gotta realize is don't worry about your K to D. If you're an aggressive player, don't worry about your K to D. Just build your game sense and know, okay, what can I do to make my aggressive play work without having it to where I'm endangering myself? In many ways, this is something that everyone has to think about. And that's partly building your game sense. Again, I have a total video coming up talking all about game sense and things you want to look for, things you want to do, prioritizations, and all this other stuff going up. But again, that's partly due to game sense. The other part is decision making. Decide if your team rushing in is a good decision or a bad decision. If it seems like a bad decision because they're just rushing in to try and take someone out, then don't follow them in and do what they do. Utilize cover. Remember, part of the game decision is, do you have cover when you're going into a fight? Do you have places that, if you need a heal or reload, do you have a place that you can just reload or heal when it's necessary, when it's absolutely necessary and absolutely needed? The other part is, get a good understanding of the map layout. Get a good understanding of where you're going, what is around you. Is it a good place to get loot? Can you get loot quickly? And can you not be ambushed very quickly? Because again, a part of that is RNG. Again, an element we didn't talk about is RNG. And part of the elements of, gaming of the game, especially in Apex Legends, is RNG. Like, is there any RNG around? Do you have RNG? Is there anything that can, make it harder for yourself to really, just be better at the game? And, again, that's partly something that you also have to think about is, how does the RNG work? Is RNG on your side? Are you against RNG? What is going on? And once you know all that, then it becomes easier to kind of decide, what you need to do. Again, I've had too many times where I've followed somebody who just is like, I'm going to get aggressive on this person, and I'm going to go bang, 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 bang. They're going down. Yeah, I win. That's the part. That's like bad game sense. Is if you're going in thinking that you're just going to take somebody down or go after someone really quickly, and it's going to end up with you winning. That's bad game sense. You gotta realize that what you do is all working together. This is basically the one thing that many low tiers don't realize. And even going into gold, many players don't realize that your game sense has to be on target. You have to have a good understanding and a good way of knowing, like, oh, okay, this is happening. I can see this. I know this is going to happen, and I'm going to make the best use of it. And, again, that's partly, like I said, building up to, getting out of the certain areas that you're in. Like, if you're in, I don't know, bronze yellow, and you're just stuck in bronze yellow heck, then, obviously you gotta realize that it's going to happen where you may have some problems going forward. You may have, things happening that aren't happening. I mean, again, realize your cover, utilize cover, know what you gotta do, because again, when you know what you gotta do, you're going to have a much better problem. You're a much better, way of playing the game. And, that's just something you've gotta realize. And, you could still see me making bad game decisions, like, for instance, getting caught in a fight where I'm not, where I'm not in great position. But, that's partly just what you gotta realize is when you're looking at this stuff, you gotta realize and think about how you're reacting, what you're doing, and what is happening around you. Because again, that's something that, will come over time and will be in general something that will happen. I mean, you can't expect it always to be working out for you, and it's not always going to work out. But when it does work out, you just gotta remember that it's something that'll happen, and, take your time with it, understand that it's going to take you a while to really build the game sense and get the understanding that all the pros or top tier players have. Like, if you're a diamond player, you're obviously have some better game sense possibly than other people. If you're, a predator, for say, you're going to have probably the best game sense, and you're probably going to have the best understanding of the game compared to every other player out there. I mean, even if you just make Platinum League in any way, you probably have better game sense than almost every other bronze, silver, gold player out there. Because, again, you have the understanding. You've played the game enough. You know the maps enough. You know pretty much everything about the game that you can for, making yourself a better player overall. Now, again, do these players still make mistakes? Of course. They're skill based, probably with people who are beyond the thought of most casual players. I mean, this is coming from someone who got Gold 1 in their PS4 account a long time ago. I'm a player who got Gold on my PS4 account a long time ago. And yes, do I still make mistakes? Of course. I don't have the greatest game sense or understanding of the game like most players who are above my league, if you will. But I do have enough of an understanding of the game to really make it to a point where, really make it a point where everyone kind of can see that I'm literally, the representation of someone who is a lot more, if you will, higher than they should be. And, I have my spark moments, of course, and I always will have my spark moments depending on, how I'm carrying this team. Because again, so many teammates and so many players make so many stupid decisions and make so many dumb decisions that, understandably, you just got to realize that it's going to happen. This is why, if you can solo query or solo yourself into a team, or solo yourself, then, you only have yourself to blame. Now, if you have to, duo would be the best choice, especially in Apex Legends. Duo is the best choice because, again, you lower the chances of getting matched up with someone who's just absolutely terrible. And it will happen. You may get matched up with somebody who's absolutely terrible, But again, in trios especially, you can get matched up with terrible, terrible players all the time. Now, some players are not bad. Other players are good. Some players are good. Some players are not bad. Other players are not, super, super terrible. And they have some good understanding of the game. But not everyone is going to be understanding the game sense or having the same, play style you will. So, you've got to realize that. And, that's pretty much the talk of this video. Like I said, we'll talk about game sense, decision making, and stuff in a future video that's coming up very soon. But yeah, that's pretty much the video for today. So hopefully with this video, it's helped you at least get a better understanding of your priorities. One thing I would recommend if you're new to the game or you're just stuck in bronze or silver ELO, or even just stuck in gold ELO. Is forget about K to D. Forget about trying to bomb your way into the toy bomb your way into the, into the 2000 damage bomb. Only think about how can I build my game sense? How can I make myself better at the game? And, also still have substantial returns. Still have a substantial point of, yeah, I'm not bad, or I can make better decisions than most of my random teammates. Because again, in solo queue especially, you gotta realize that your decisions are built based on completely your own choices. Completely built on how you, react on the battlefield. Don't rely too much on your teammates or expect your teammates to be in the same mindset as you are. If they're not in the same mindset as you are, then, figure out how you can roll or how you can, make your skills shine above every other player. Again, above everyone else. That's the main key. And once you figure that out, then, you can realistically make yourself a better player overall. And, realistically make yourself a player that everyone's going to be looking for, everyone's going to be looking to, especially when it comes to just playing in general. But with that being said, thank you everybody for joining me today on this video. Thank you for watching this video. And hopefully this video has helped you with common errors and other things that could potentially, hinder your progression, especially in, with randoms. And yeah, with that being said, thank you everybody for joining me today on this video. Thank you for watching today's video. Thank you for being part of the video. If you like this video, you know what to do. Hit the like button, get subscribed, hit the bell notification because I know you want to know when my next video drops next. Thank you everybody for joining me today on this video. Thank you for watching. And yeah, I am live on Twitch at www.twitch.tv/FA_EYE or I. I am live on Wednesday, Thursday, and Saturday for sure. Wednesdays and Saturdays are usually my 4 to 5 hour streams, sometimes a little bit longer. Thursday, I'm usually live for about 2 to 3 hours. And Monday and Tuesday, I'm usually live for about 2 to 3 hours. But yeah, with that being said, thank you everybody for joining me today on this video. Thank you for watching this video. And until the next one, everybody, this is FAI or I. Signing out and saying farewell, everyone.